part of the answer is people and I guess I'd like to respond.
I written down the question that I started asking before. My husband works for a very large corporation, an international corporation. It has a massive market. And basically, they are self-insured. And from a business point of view, it would be worth their while to just pay the 8% tax that would be assessed to them to not carry insurance, because as a self-insured company, they shouldn't have to do that anymore. For me to have to go out into the market to buy insurance at that point is extremely expensive. I do pay part of that rate, but it's going to be absorbing. So I am a cancer patient that will be left without insurance, or I'll have to buy inferior insurance, and it's extremely scary. So how do we deal with those types of situations?
First of all, let's talk about the health care legislation that passed the House. That may or may not become law, but it's all we have to talk about here. Otherwise, we have what we have today. Your first question, the start of the question is, under the House health care bill, where businesses would be required to provide insurance for their employees, or if they choose not to pay a penalty. This penalty goes to supporting this, the exchange where people without insurance would get insurance coverage. Now, right now, your husband's company pays no penalty for dropping all the employees.
But they're not droppable.
That's exactly my point.
They're self-insured.
They do not. They provide insurance for all of their employees without any government incentive or penalty, because it's the right thing to do, because it's good business sense, for all sorts of reasons. They do that without an 8% penalty. So why, if there's an 8% penalty, would they change? Now, if...
Just answer this question. Isn't there a provision that says that companies can't be self-insured?
No.
Everything that we've read said that if companies are self-insured, they have to go out and get outside insurance.
Over time, that may happen. That's true.
Okay, so
but that is not the House. That's not set.
Okay, but the problem is that because of that, you're taking a company, and again, it's an enormous company with hundreds of thousands of employees that will drop because it's financially better for them. Why would they offer an insurance at a monumental cost to them if they can only pay an 8% penalty? And I can't blame them, because from a financial point of view and a business point of view, it would be the right thing for them to do. But from a...
They could drop it today, but they don't.
But
they don't.
From a business point
They could drop their employees today, but they don't. Because it makes good business sense, it's the humane thing to do, it's what a good business leader does.
But that's now. But when you have a provision that says you pay 8%, and these people, these hundreds of thousands of people, will have to then go out and get health insurance.
That's true today.
But I understand that. But you're talking about a company that employs.
And to answer your question further,
why not
with regard to this, actually, the issue that we're talking about here has nothing to do with self-insurance. The 8% penalty is not because the company is self-insuring. The 8% penalty is so that every business is given incentive, further incentive, beyond what they already have, to provide insurance for their employees, so that we come as close to full coverage of all Americans as possible. Now, with regard to, let me finish the last part of your question, then we'll have to move on. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with the. So, with regard to cancer, under the House bill and the Senate bill, insurance companies could not discriminate in any way in rates or in accepting you as an insuree on the basis of a pre-existing condition, be it diabetes of your child or cancer of the insured.
Follow-up would be, why don't we take that part out of any bill that you might propose and just deal with sections of it and not deal with companies that are self-insured? Let companies that are self-insured remain self-insured.
Yeah, the point is to have everyone covered. And if we say, well, we'll do away with the requirement that companies provide insurance, but we will force all companies to take a person with a pre-existing condition, guess what's going to happen? Americans are going to wait until they're sick, then they will get insurance. And insurance companies, whether they be a private insurance company or a government insurance company, could not survive under those circumstances. That's why you have to require that all people are covered. Healthy, people who are sick now, and the people who will be sick later.